Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our admins, and the message, it reads like this. Hello, my brother, how are you? I feel so much exhausted right now, and I am tired of keeping up with this image that I have been portraying on social media of me looking perfect at all the times. I am a slay queen, or so they call me. Each and every day when I post a new picture on Instagram, I have to make sure that my followers, especially my male followers, they'll keep on liking and pressing that like button. So this makes me to feel very good, and this is a way of marketing myself. But I feel that I am exhausted. The truth is that I am a mess, and I don't know for how long am I going to be able to hide these cracks that are there in my soul. I have built my brand on beauty and charm, but it is all just a lie. I am a prisoner of my own vanity, constantly seeking validation from strangers online. I have sold myself worth to the highest bidder, and now I am left with nothing but a hollow shell of a life. And what pains me the most is that when I started being this slay queen that I am right now, there was actually a guy that wanted to marry me, but this guy, he was too cool. I wanted a guy at least who was a go-getter, a guy that could actually threaten that he would beat me. This one, he was a mama's boy. He was a soft one. I did not want one who would treat me as if I was a princess. I wanted one who was going to handle me like in a rough way, but this guy, he was just a softie. I have used my body to get ahead, to manipulate and to deceive. I have used my charms to lure in victims, to feed my ego and my bank account, but the thrill is all gone. The first day that I got my 10,000 rands only for one night, this was like the best days of my life, but now it does not even matter anymore. I have been taken to places where most of your regular South Africans are not even allowed to enter into those estates, but I have been there. But at the end of the day, all that is left in my heart, it is the shame to know that these men that I have been with, all of them, even though they say that I am the most beautiful woman like in South Africa, but still they do not even care about me. I am trapped in a circle of self-destruction. I don't know how to escape. I have tried so much to please these blessers. I have been with blessers that are hardcore addicts, the ones that will force you to take drugs so that you can just impress them. I am a slave to my own insecurities, and I can't break free at all. I just want to be loved for who I am, not for my makeup and my thick curves. I want to be valued for my mind and my heart, not just my body, but I don't know how to be that person anymore. I want to be valued for my mind and my heart, not just my body, but I don't know how to be that person anymore. Even if I try to post a picture like a normal picture of myself on Facebook, the problem is that the guys that follow me on Facebook, those guys, if I do not reveal anything in that picture, if it is just a normal picture, me wearing just some normal clothes, the guys will just say this picture is boring. All that they want is for me to take pictures whereby I'll be revealing my thick body. They want me to twerk, to keep on twerking. I have twerked so much on Facebook, and I am too tired. I have slept with a lot of guys that have a lot of money, most of them that were single, the ones that I thought that, baby, since they used to tell me that I was their fantasy, now that I was there with them, I thought that this was going to make these guys to marry me, but I am just a fantasy to them. I am not a material wife to them, and this has been giving me a lot of sleepless nights. So me and my ex-boyfriend, like I told you, we really had a very good relationship. It is just that he was a soft boy. That was when I met another guy who was rich and who used to treat me really rough in bed, the way that he used to do me, the way that I wanted to be mistreated in bed, to be called a prostitute in bed, even though I had not yet started prostituting promoting myself. So me and that guy, as our romance was blossoming, I found myself in a world of luxury. He showered me with a lot of gifts, and for the first time in my life, we took a private jet and we were going to Italy because there were some business partners of his that he wanted to speak with there in Italy, and it was a nice time. He showered me with a lot of gifts, and from there on, that was when we went to Dubai, and I felt like a queen, and this guy, he was my king. But beneath the surface, I sensed a darkness. He was haunted by demons. Yes, this guy, he was haunted by his own demons. He had been hiding the fact that he was just a drug addict, and then with time, that was when I started to notice that this guy, he was like a total drug addict. One night when we were back in our country in Joburg, he took me to a secluded place on the outskirts, and then when we went into this other hotel, then I saw that there were other 4 guys that were there, and these guys, they were like busy sniffing that white powder, and he joined those guys, and you could tell that these guys, they have a lot of money, and they kept on taking their drugs. He looked at me. That was when he begged me, and he said that he wanted to see my sexy body getting drunk and high on these drugs that they were taking. My brother, with the money that he was offering me on that night, I then went to where they were sitting, and then I started to take in the drugs like he had been asking me to do. And when I had taken the drugs, I just blacked out. The next morning when I woke up, it was only me in bed, the only woman who was lying in bed with all of those guys, and we were all naked. These guys, they had used me throughout the night. When they all woke up, they told me that they wanted us to continue with that 5-some that we were having, and we continued, and they all gave me their equal amount of money that I had asked from them, and I returned back home with a lot of money. And that is when I started to buy expensive clothes, my designer clothes, my jewelry, and from there on, I upgraded myself. I left the location for good, and I started staying at this other apartment where I was staying at this other suburb before I had truly made money. And since I had a lot of time on my since most of the times I'll be just chilling in my apartment, not doing anything, I then thought of an idea. I said, how about if I join some hookup groups on Facebook? Then I can get a lot of clients, because I was always waiting for this guy. The day that he was going to come to be with me, that was the day that I will be getting some money. Yes, indeed, he was faithful to me. He was buying food for me as well as paying for my rentals. But there were other things that I needed. And then that was when I joined this other Facebook group, and it was a hookup group. And when I joined that group, everyone was posting their own pictures. I then took my best pictures, and a lot of guys, they came to my inbox, and there was another DJ who took me on one of his gigs. And this guy, even though he was not rich, but he was giving me a lot of money, and he was the guy who gave me an idea. He said, with this fine booty of yours, I'm sure that if you try to just make a video, a twerking video, if you post it, you're going to get about 1 million followers. I never believed him anyway. Already I was on Instagram, but on Facebook I was really small at that time. So one day when I was just chilling in my apartment, I just went on top of the bed, and I was kneeling on top of the bed. Then I started twerking whilst I was taking a video. I then posted that video. I first posted it on my profile. It did not receive a lot of attention. I then started to share that video in a lot of groups that are on Facebook, your hookup groups that are on Facebook, and I started to get a lot of followers. And most of the guys, they have indeed come to my inbox and telling me that when they are alone at night, they use my videos to jack off. So when a lot of guys would come and tell me that I am their fantasy, that they use like my videos of me twerking to jack off, it was really nice, because I was still seeking their attention. But now that I have a lot of followers, hundreds and thousands of followers, it is now driving me crazy. I know that all of these guys that follow me, they do not follow me because they like me, but it is just that to them, I am just their fantasy, and they do not even think about me at all. All that they want is to satisfy their hunger, their thirst of wanting to see me naked, twerking for them. I have been selling my videos, but ever since I started to for many years, I was selling my videos and my pictures to a lot of blessers, those ones that are starting to learn how to cheat on their wives. So what they do is that they look for these internet girls, then you do some video chats and you'll be twerking for them. I have done that, and I am still doing some of that thing. And even up until today, there are some of those blessers that require these services from me, and I do have some video chats with them. This is the life that I am living, and each and every day I feel that I am destroying myself. I feel that I am no longer that bubbly girl that I used to be. I don't know if there is still any redemption for me. Is there any salvation for me, or I should just forget about it? Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear sister right there. Strange things do happen in this world. She's saying that she twerks on Facebook, but now she is tired. She feels that she is destroying herself from the inside, but these guys that follow her, they keep on asking for more. They keep on asking for more.